Today we'll be hiking the Spiderweed Preserve. My hike today will look like this, going up the trail, exploring some sights along the side. Then I'm going to go down this needle over here, turn around, come back up the hill, explore over there, and then wind all the way around this loop, coming back, and then backtrack all the way to the car. And we're off. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about my Appalachian Trail thru hike scheduled for next March. And like my thru hike, we have a bit of an uphill climb. If you haven't heard, over 800 miles of the trail were damaged by the hurricane. And also the infrastructure around the trail has been damaged, roads, shuttles, hostels. So I might have to postpone a year. But for right now, let's see what this side trail is over here. Oh, look at that. How awesome is this? Don't you love surprises? Let's get a little closer. Have a look around. There we go. And here's my living room down over here. Now let's check out the terrace view. This is really cool though. Let's go over here. I just want to look through every window and door. One last look before we move on. Oh, there's another little balcony over here. Let's check this out. Nice backyard. And let's look through this window. Okay, we are rejoining the trail again. We came in over there to the right, and we're going to continue over here to the left. But here's another little side trail, so we're going to check this out. It is appearing to be a lookout point. Follow it up. Turning around and heading back. And we're coming back to the main trail again. We'll go right, continuing through the forest. So back to thru hike talk. I know a lot of people are going to flip-flop or sobo in response, but I'm more of a nobo big finale at Katahdin, just like this big outcropping of rocks here to the left. I want to finish on the mountain. Look at this. I mean, I don't know how it looks from your angle, but from mine, it looks pretty amazing. I just think if I were to go sobo or flip-flop, I would get to the ending and feel like, yeah, I'm at the ending. I need the big climb. My life is the big climb. Look at that. Okay, we are at our turn to the right. We're going to go down this trail, do the needle at the ending, come back. Check out the leaves falling. Oh my gosh, perfect. As I check out these boulders, I know some people are saying, hey, add an adventure to your adventure and just tough it out. But I get enough adventure on my adventure in my life already. And part of the reason I'm going, one of my many reasons for hiking the Appalachian Trail, is to get rid of the crazy hectic scheduling of my life. I mean, for the past 20 years, my entire life has been scheduled around animals and their emergencies. This is so cool. Just the day changes, everything dominoes down, the week changes, scheduling, rescheduling, and it's chaotic. It is a chaotic way to live your life. This is so awesome, though. This is an awesome way to live my life, hiking in the woods. So one of my big goals for being on the Appalachian Trail is releasing all the scheduling and just kind of moment to moment. Look at that. Look at that. Just kind of moment to moment, walk, resupply, without a whole heck of a lot of planning. Walk more, resupply, put up a tent, routine, routine, routine. And if the infrastructure is down and planning becomes more difficult because there aren't as many shuttles, there aren't as many grocery stores open, it could become a scheduling, planning nightmare, which is what I want to get away from. And why am I talking so much when I'm on this awesome rock bald right here? Check this out. But it's a dead end, so I'm going back to the trail. It was just a little lookout point. And I think I'm in the circle here, heading back. Look at that tree. That's a nice one. You know me, I always like the trees. This is triplets, though. Check out the triplets. I just feel like if I go on the thru hike before the infrastructure has been repaired and set back in place, it's not going to be as fun. And fun is part of the point. So instead, I'm going to plan a few trips for next year, and that should keep me going until I can do my thru hike. And hey, I'll take hubby along with me on these trips. And I'll tell you all about them at the top of this hill. All right, we've made it back to the top of the Needle Trail, as I'm calling it. And we're going to continue along the main trail. Of course, I said that, but now I see there's another branch here to the left. So we're going to take this and climb to the top of Bear Hill. And then we'll backtrack back down. Oh, this is phenomenal. Check this out. And still some beautiful colored leaves up here. Now that I've let you breathe that in for a moment, let me tell you about the first trip, and that is to go to Vegas and see Donny Osmond perform because I'm a huge fan, and hubby respects his talent too. And look at this, we're at the top of Bear Hill. Woohoo! Then we're going to go visit hubby's family in Reno again, do some more hikes there, and I think it's time to turn around here. Little bit of a colorful view. And heading back down to the trail, we came in over here, we're continuing on to the left. And then we're going to go to Yellowstone National Park and check out the trails there and the geysers. Look at this, more of these cliffs over here to the left. So that's a pretty cool trip plan to keep me from getting too depressed about having to wait to thru hike. And I'll say again, hubby gets to join me on these adventures because when I thru hike, he needs to stay home and take care of Barsoom puppy. Check out this really cool rock trail right here. I'm going to push up to the top. It probably doesn't look as steep on camera, and it's not too steep, but it's a little bit of push to it. Okay, so our second trip for next fall will be to Universal Epic Universe. You can't always go hiking. Check this winding trail out. There is a view coming up here. We're going to go to Harry Potter Land and Halloween night and all that good stuff. Look at this. I love it. How about this? So much fun. Almost as much fun as Universal Park. No, I'm just kidding. This is better. Because there's no crowds here, no lines. You just walk right on the ride and then check out the view. Okay, I think we've arrived at the rock scramble ride. This is steeper than it's going to look, but very safe. So, pushing up. Oh, check it out. I thought I was at the end, but look, there's more ahead. Okay, there's a lot more ahead. Look how steep this is. A quick snippet partway up, but I'm going to have to put this camera away. I did it! Woohoo! Okay, this is like the coolest trail ever. Look at this. It keeps going. All right, let me show you the view. We just climbed up over that. Okay, it looks like we go down here. Just made it down, moving forward again. And it looks like we're coming up onto more rock surface here. Oh yes, look at this. This is so much fun. The thrill of this trail just keeps continuing to give. Check this out. I had no idea this was here. Definitely worth the 45-minute drive. I would do it again. As I continue across this bald, if I do have to postpone my thru hike a year, then in 2026, the year of the thru hike, oof, after I finish, we're going to go to Yosemite National Park as my post-trail Don't Get Depressed hike, because I've already planned that out. Making it to the top of another rock. Awesome. Just to be clear, I'm not making any firm plans yet as to whether or not I'm postponing or going. I'm going to wait and see how the chips fall, and I might not even decide until January or February. It's kind of a wait and see thing. Be basing my decision on what the ATC has to say and whether that infrastructure and trails are back in place. Check this out. I think I'm going to have to scramble up this for real. Like using hands and grabbing onto the grooves. Ta-da! I won't film this going up, but it is really steep. I made it to the top. There's looking down. What? And I'm on another rock bald here. Look at this tree up ahead. It's really pretty. You know, I'm aiming at the ground right now. Hang on. Let me just get up to the top safely here before I show you. I'm going to arrive right at its roots. Right there. There's more of this. In evaluating whether or not to postpone my hike, I'm also considering one of the reasons I'm going, which I've talked about in another video, so be careful stepping here, and that is to restore my faith in human kindness, because as an animal rescuer, 90% of the people are just using me for something, and it's really awful. So one of the reasons for going on the AT is to feel that town infrastructure support, trail magic, all those human kindness things. Yeah, let me just be careful getting down here. And I'd hate to go in a year when everyone is competing for resources. Oh, look at this. This used to be a pond. Do you see that? Like a dried up swamp down there. Bad drought year. Oh, here I'm walking around toward it. I could have just waited. Look at that. This used to all be water. Rough year. I'm going to go through this right over here. Check this out. Yeah, I don't want to do the thru hike when we're all competing for the same hostels and for the same shuttles, and there's not enough resources for everybody, and people aren't being kind or as kind as they should, so, or as kind as I want them to be. I really need that. I really need that bit of healing. So if I can't get it, then I'd rather postpone so I can get it. Hopefully that made sense. I'm not just rambling in the woods. These leaves are really slippery, like dry banana peels. Watch your step. Just when you think you're finished with the amazing rock balds, there are more. Woohoo! Yeah, so basically I'm going to do a thru hike. I'm going to go to Yosemite. I'm going to go to Yellowstone. I'm going to go to Universal Studios. I'm going to look at this view down here. I'm going to go see Donny Osmond. I'm going to go visit family. All that. I just don't know exactly when I'm going to do all those things over the course of the next 2 years. But I'm doing them all. Look at this. Love it. I've just been waiting so long to do this thru hike that I don't want to jump in on a bad year just because my eagerness gets the best of me. I want the full experience of it. And I definitely don't want to look back on the adventure and say I only hiked 1,800 of the 2,200 miles because part of the trail was still closed. I want to feel like I did the whole thing. Otherwise, why have I been waiting 5 years to do this? No shortcuts. I think we're getting near the end of this big loop, up this steep hill. And I think I'm going to come back to the large section of balds soon. I think. I have that feeling in me bones. Here's another pretty good climb up. And I think this is where Pretty Tree is. You remember Pretty Tree, right? Hang on, I think that's it right there to the right, but let me get closer and have a look. Yep, that's it. Back at its roots again. Remember that? Ta-da! And now it's time to turn and head back in the direction of the car. But we have that rock scramble to do on the way down. I'm not going to film that part because I need my hands to hold on to this. I made it down and I realized that probably didn't look steep at all, but it was. You could actually sit on your butt and slide down it if you wanted to. So if you're not into rock scrambles, don't worry, the trail takes a left right there and you could skirt around that part and get easily to the top. And now we're going to head back in the direction of the car. I'm not sure how much of this I want to film again. I kind of want to film the whole thing over the rock balds and insert it in here twice for you because it's so great. But you probably don't want me to do that, so maybe I won't. You'll have to wait and see. Check this out. These quartz veins run all through this granite, and it's really cool. So be sure to stop and take a look at it, and don't just step over it. On our downward journey toward the car, there's the ruins again. I don't know what that's ruins of. I'm not that type of tour guide, I keep telling you. Look it up. I can hear traffic again. How sad. I already missed the quiet of the woods. And if I had time to turn around and go back up to those balls again, I totally would. Back at the main gate. I should say there's no parking lot here, but there's plenty of room on the side of the curb. So that's just what you do. That's not my car. That's my car. Ta-da! Da-da car!
old scary cemetery, ready with obituary.